Okay, hello dear students. This is the Urembo class. We are back again. As you can see, the lesson of today is terms related to poetry or terms used in poetry. Why I just bring to you this lesson, it is a very important lesson. Why? Because you have seen already in most of the exams, NESA have changed the way of asking the questions, okay? They always now bringing up some definitions. So the reason why you have to pay attention to each and every term that's used in the poetry. So you will be writing something or just listening to the terms related to poetry. So now, poetry, as we have seen definition of poetry. That is it's a kind of writing that is written in verses and organized in stanzas. So then, terms used in poetry, let us start from alliteration. Alliteration. Dear student, what is alliteration? Alliteration, it is among of the sound partners, okay, in the poetry. So as you can see, it is the repetition of initial consonant. Initial means at the beginning, okay, at the beginning. Initial consonant sounds, okay, in neighboring words. It means in one line. You consider one line when we are talking about alliteration. It means it's a repetition of consonantal sound, okay? The same consonantal sound at the beginning of each word, okay? Now you can refer in the example we have consonantal sound. You have seen, I have underlined it, okay? I have underlined the consonant. You can see? My big brother bought a baseball, okay? You can see the letter that I have underlined is B, okay? And the consonant B is just, in this line, start at every word, the beginning of every word, we see the letter B, the consonant B. So now this will be called alliteration, because it is the repetition of the same sound or similar sound at the beginning of each word in one line. You can see B, 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 B. Okay? Okay? Yeah, my big brother bought a baseball. So when you find the kind of the line in a poem, okay? And they ask you to give maybe poetic devices. Remember, this will be called the alliteration. Okay, the repetition of the same consonantal sound at the beginning of each word in one line. So I hope you understand what is alliteration. Okay? Okay, let's move. Here we have another important term that is used in poetry. Onomatopoeia. We read onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia. Okay? You can see onomatopoeia is a formation of all the use of words that imitate the sound. The word that imitate the sound. If you have a word that imitates the sound, it means it will be called onomatopoeia. Sometimes it goes hand in hand with the cries of animals or sounds of animals. Do you sounds of animals? Okay? This is a cow. Okay? This is sound of a cow. Huh? Moo. This is a cow. The cow says moo. Huh? This is the sound of a cow, right? We have also bees. We have splat. Okay? Okay? We have so many words that produces sounds. Okay? You can see even you are walking when you have shoes with high heel. You say tick tack, tick tack. Also, this is a sound when you are walking. When you have just shoes with high heel. And then This is what we call the onomatopoeia. And you remember the poem that we have analyzed last times? You remember? A rain, okay, ode to a rainy day, whereby you have splish, splash, skitter, skitter, okay? That's what the sound is of the rainfall, okay? So it is classified in onomatopoeia, right? Yes, onomatopoeia is words, okay, that imitate the sound. It means sound is of something, including animals. So apart from onomatopoeia, dear student, we are on repetition. What can be repeated? Repetition. You can repeat so many things. You can repeat words, okay? You can repeat phrase. You can repeat line, okay? But as you can read here now, why a poet or poetess uses repetition? They use repetition so as to make a point or certain sentence or idea clearly. They want to pay attention on that word that is repeated. When we have said that when the name is repeated so many times, we wonder why this name is repeated. And we say that maybe this name, something happened to this name. And you focus, okay, on that name. And then it is easier to give a message to the audience when you use repetition. Okay? We say that the poem is the same as the song. Okay? You have seen that when the singer is repeating the line, okay, people he or she wants that the people should pay attention to the line that is repeated. So now, pay attention now to that are repeated. You have to pay attention to the words that are repeated. They convey the message. So now, can you help to figure out what is coming next? Or repeating the line, the name, or the noun, or the names will just help the readers to catch up what will come next. Okay? So that's repetition, okay? And also you can see here now, can you see? When a phrase or a stanza, okay, is repeated, or line that is repeated is called refrain or chorus, okay? At the end of each stanza will be called refrain or chorus, okay? Now repetition is when it also repeats a word, a phrase, sentence, a stanza for effect or emphasis. They do it not in nothing. The poet, the writer, did this, okay, for something, for purpose. The purpose is to bring effect. Sometimes sound effect. You have seen sound effect, and the sound effect will help you readers to get the message easily. You can see here now the chorus or refrain examples I've seen. Then we can see the repetition, okay? What should be repeated? You come to say phrase, line, or sentence, or a word, names, etc. should be repeated, but for the purpose, okay? And then let's look at rhyme. We have seen a rhyme, okay? Rhyme, repetition of the ending sound. Okay, the ending sound of the poem. Ending sound. When you have, for example, two lines, it is a stanza, and then you will refer to the ending sound at each of line. So now it is now rhyme when the ending sound is the same. For example, we consider rhyme in each stanza, not in one line, okay, but in a stanza, okay. The reason why we have given an example here, when we say right and night, you can see there is the same sound at the end. Light, night, okay, the same sound at the end. Then look at the pay and day. Pay, day. Okay? Also, there is rhyme, okay, between those two words. They are rhymed together. The sound at the end, they are the same. They are the same. So now let's move to assonance. It is a revision, please. Assonance. Assonance, it is repetition of vowel sound. Repetition of the same vowel sound. Now we are not in consonants. We are in vowels. Okay? Now, when you have the same vowel in one line, okay, or in consecutive words, we say that it is assonance. If you look at this example, clearly, look at this example. Okay? I have underlined also the same vowel. He, you can see, he took a good look. He took a good look. So this is took. He took a good look. Okay? This is assonance. And the assonance is the repetition of the same vowel sound. Okay? And pay attention, dear student. How they ask these questions, okay? They say, can you please differentiate between repetition and assonance? Okay? You give the difference between repetition and assonance. Or you give the definition differentiating alliteration and assonance. You have to be careful on this, okay? Because at the end of the year exam, you will meet all these kind of definitions, okay? So then, let's go to consonants. Consonants differs from other terms used in poetry simply because it is repetition of the same consonant sound, okay? Consonant sound, but where? Anywhere, in the middle, okay, of the what? Of the words. Difference from alliteration. For alliteration, we consider the consonant at the beginning of each word. But for consonant, we look at the consonantal sound anywhere in the line, okay? Even the middle of the words. Not even at the beginning like alliteration, but in the middle. Look at the example here we have. Washes and dishes. But our consonant is she. Okay? Our consonant is she. It means she is consonants. And you remember the other examples, dear student. Okay? You remember the other examples. For example, what you come to say. Splish, splash. Skitter, skater. Okay? Also we have consonants. Okay? So let's now not waste our time. We are in a hurry. Now we are on left lane. Left lane. You can define left lane. Okay? Left lane is a phrase. Okay? Is a phrase or verse. Verse or line. Okay? Phrase or verse that reoccurring. Okay? Reoccurring. That comes. Okay? That comes again. That comes back. Okay? At intervals in a song or a poem. When you say interval, it means regular. At the end, maybe at the end of each stanza. It means at interval in a song or a poem, especially at the end of each stanza. Okay? Especially refrain comes at the end of each stanza. And you know the singers, okay? When there is a song, then a singer when a singer is singing, when he sings the first stanza, now immediately he sings the chorus or refrain. It means it is regular at the end of each stanza. So then, yes, rhythm. What is a rhythm? What is a rhythm? What is a rhythm? Dear student, what is a rhythm? Rhythm is the beat. Beat. Okay? And that beat is created by the sounds of the words in a poem. The beat created by the words in a poem. And we have seen what makes a poem to be rhythmic. Okay? What makes a poem to be rhythmic? Or what brings a beat, in the poem, A poem can be built by the meter. We have the rhythm can be created by meter. Meter. Rhyme scheme, alliteration, assonance, and refrain. Even length of lines, if they have equivalence. If we combine all those together, they can produce beat. If you add the meter, rhyme scheme or rhyme, alliteration, assonance, refrain, length of line, all those they put together to create rhythm. Okay? Yes. Can you write something about the rhythm? Okay? So let me move a little bit. A stanza. What is a stanza? These are a simple definition, but you have to learn them by heart. Okay? You have to learn them by heart. Now, what is a stanza? What is a stanza? A stanza is a group. Is a group of related words in a poem or similar to paragraph or clause, but does not have to have complete sentence. Simply you will say a stanza is a group of verses in a poem. A stanza is a group of verses or lines in a poem. And it is not necessary that this stanza have the complete meaning, the complete sentence or meaning. Okay? So then, this is a stanza. Maybe you will see at the end of this lesson, we are going to see the kind of stanzas, because we have so many kind of stanzas. But you have to know, but first of all, what is the meaning of stanza. Okay? So then, style. Style. This is the term also in poetry. Style. People say style. And now you know what is a style. But in writing, differ from the style that you know. But in writing, style means the way, the manner that you organize your work. Okay? It is the manner you organize your work. Which style are you using in your writings? Okay? Maybe my style will be not your style. But the style is the manner or way of writing. The manner or way of writing. Okay? Are you together? Yes, style is the manner of writing. So please, you have to be careful. Not negligent this lesson. Because you will see, will come in the end of the year exam. Okay, as I'm telling you. Okay? So make sure you write somewhere. You write somewhere these terms. So now we come at epic poem. Okay, I'm not going to use much time on this Epic poem, because we had, okay? Epic, what is an epic poem? It is a long narrative poem, okay, which recounts, okay, and celebrates heroic deeds, okay? That is an epic poem. And also we have the other revision, what is the haiku? Previous lessons, I have introduced it to haiku at Urembo class, okay? And if you go there, you can just have the lesson of haiku, okay? Okay. But you can see, yes, haiku. But I can show you what is a syllable or molar, okay? Molar the same as the syllable. And then a syllable, a molar, is the smallest unit of sound. Smallest unit of sound. The reason why sometimes when when I ask you to count the syllables in this word, you have to know that you will count the smallest sound. And I have seen somewhere on the exam, the examiner asked to count syllables in one line in the poem. Can you see? So make sure you know to count syllables, right? So let's move. Also tanka also, there is a lesson for tanka. You go to Ulembo class, always it is there, and you will make a revision as well as sonnet you can find also on the Ulembo class. We have the very organized word lesson there, okay? Yes. But what is an ode? Ode, okay? Ode poetry. What is the ode poetry? Ode poetry, as we have seen, you remember, is a poetry that is written in praise of a particular person. If you want to praise someone, okay, write an ode. If you want to praise something, if you want to describe an event, okay, all those poems that describe, okay, that giving a description, that praises anything, it will be called the ode, okay, ode. And then odes are often characterized by seriousness in tone and subject matter. They are very serious. Okay. Now you cannot praise someone when you are not serious. You cannot describe something when you are not serious. So now all poems, they are very serious in tone and subject matter. So apart from ode, we have elegy. And the elegy is a good example of ode. The same as ballad, right? Okay? In the elegy, what is elegy? What is elegy? What is elegy? Now you can see it is a poem in a serious reflection which typically mourns the loss of someone. When you lost your beloved ones. When your member died. Okay? Now, the poem that you will write about the lost ones, the died ones, so as to mourn, will be called elegy. It means show your grievance about your died friend. You show how you are very not good. How he was or she was very important to you. When you write that poem, it will be called elegy. And elegy is a poem that talks about, that reflects someone who has died. Okay? Yes. A ballad, okay? Now, a ballad is the same as the narrative poem. And a ballad also, you can sing a ballad because it is like a song. It is now a narrative poem, but set it to music. When you want to sing it, you can just set it to music. If you have a guitar, you can even play the guitar and sing. Okay? And then this poem talks about ordinary people. We have said that. It talks about ordinary people with the ordinary issues. And the example for ballad we have seen is Atiye, a freedom song. Okay? It talks about Atiye, no younger girl. Okay? This is a ballad. This is a narrative poem that talks about ordinary people and ordinary issues. So also we have talked about acrostic poem, concrete poem, okay? And as you see, we have seen that acrostic poem is that you have a word and you compose a poem about that word. And each letter in that word should have one line. Should be the beginning of one line. But concrete, okay, is when you compose a poem, but with the shape of the idea you have in your mind. Okay? For example, if you're going to describe maybe you have write a poem about a bottle in the form of a bottle. If you love alcohol, right? And you will write a poem about alcohol and in the form of a bottle. Okay? So I'm very in a hurry. Enjambment, you have seen enjambment. It's also literally poetic technique. Techniques means jumping over, moving over from one line to another without terminating the punctuation mark. It means without the full meaning. And the full meaning should be completed to the next line. Okay? So tough. Line, verse. Okay? Line or verse. A group of words in one line in a poem. Very simple. Group of words in one line in a poem. It is a verse or line. Okay? Let me hurry up so as to finish. Poetic devices, the literary techniques that are used in poetry so as to convey the message. Okay? And then the subject matter. Please listen to this. Okay? What is the subject matter? The subject matter is the term, okay, referred to the content. If I ask you subject matter, you give a summary. Please give the subject matter of this poem. Now, give a summary. What happened in that poem? Okay? You give a summary. The subject matter is like, okay, refers to the content or idea, feeling being expressed by the poet is like summary. Okay? Then narrative poem, we have talked about narrative poem. It is a poem and in the form of story. Okay? Then the story should have the beginning, the middle, and the end. Okay? Now narrative poem you can refer to the freedom song. The beginning, okay, of Atieno, the middle of the Atieno, until Atieno is died. Okay? That's the narrative poem. So we are about the end of our lesson. It is a long lesson, but very important, and you have to be carefree. We are at the end, but let's have to see stanzas, type of stanzas. And then we have written here that stanzas can be any size. Now we name stanzas according to the size, right? Okay. Now if a poem, or let us say stanza, if a stanza have 2 lines, if a stanza has 2 lines, will be called couplet or couple. Okay. If a stanza has 3 lines, it will be called tercet. 3 lines tercet. Okay. Then if a stanza has 4 lines, will it be called the quatrain. And when a stanza has 5 lines, it will be cinquain. Okay? Cinquain. Then when a stanza has 6 lines, it will be called sestet. And when a stanza has 7 lines, it will be called septet. And when a stanza has 8 lines, it will be called the octave. So, this is the end, dear students. And you can see it was a very important lesson today. And I hope for poetry, these are the terms used in poetry. And then, before you do poetry, you will be bring some definitions of terms. So bear in your mind that you will be asked from these terms, okay? Read them, revise them accordingly, okay? And then I hope you'll be succeed in your exam about the part of poetry. So thank you very much, and I hope it is good. And then I hope you keep on tuning on the Orembo class. You will be revising the notes and the other courses. So please, see you next time. Thank you very much.